How's my hair? Is it all right?
Looking good, bro. Looking good, man.
Congratulations on the win. How did it feel to go out there, get a big finish in a place that you're very familiar with, just like the Ring of Combat and CFFC days, man? How did that feel?
Thank you so much. Also, by the way, first I should say, oh man, if there was ever a win to feel good for, it was this one. You know, I was down 2 in the UFC, had a long road to get here, dropped the first one short notice, and then second one, you know, just a horrible night in my hometown of New York. Battled a lot of demons in the last few months, just with myself and with people, and just, you know, kind of losing belief. Thinking, man, is this for me? Am I following the right path? But I trusted God. You know, I got a great team, great people around me, and God is on my side always, man, and I believe that. So this was a really important win for me, and I'm so happy to have earned it against a really tough guy, man. You know, he was special operations, so that he's a tough dude for sure, but I just knew it was going to be my night. I worked so hard. You know, I went to Vegas. I was training with Aljo. Went to Miami. Shout out to, you know, Goat Shed and Killcliff. But, man, Serra-Longo, we're the best team in the world, and I love these guys. And Aljo flew out 2 weeks before his fight to come see me and support me. This wins for all of them. This wins for all of them. I got to say, it's not for me. It's for God and for my team.
You talk about the struggle after the Madison Square Garden fight. I guess, how'd you get through it? What kind of mental conclusions did you come to kind of persevere and be here tonight?
Look, like I said, I believe in God, and I believe God's plan is always greater than ours. And at the time, we might not see it, but the things that happened a few weeks after, where my life ended up, it showed me that everything happens for a reason, and I'm right where I need to be, and I'm going right where I'm supposed to be. So, and that's to the top, and I really believe that. This was just a taste of what I can do. I was a little stiff in there, of course. Like I said, dropped the last 2, so I was a little tentative in the beginning, but it's just straight to the top, man. And hard work pays off, and I'm going to keep working hard. I'm 26. I'm getting better every fight. I'm going to keep showing that, and I'm going to be super active. And I got the best job in the world, man. I fight people. I beat people up for a living, and people love me for it, and I don't get in trouble. So I really can't complain.
What do you feel like you did differently this time maybe than the first 2 times we saw you?
I was a little more patient earlier in this fight. Just seeing things, picking my shots instead of wanting to just go take the guy's head off. And I controlled my emotions in there. You know, if I get hit, sometimes, like, maybe it's the Albanian in me or growing up in New York, I just, you know, if I get hit, I want to take the guy's head off. So I was like, all right, he got me. I'll be patient. I'll get you back. And then I got him.
And getting your first UFC win, getting a finish, do you feel like going forward you'll be more comfortable now? Like, we always hear fighters talk about UFC jitters and stuff. I don't know how much you feel like the last couple were mental for you, but do you feel like going forward this will be an encouragement?
Yeah, absolutely. Ray just said to me as we got to the back, he's like, does this feel better than losing? You know, I was like, man, hell yeah, this shit feels better than losing. So he was like, let's keep it that way. So again, like I said, I'm 26 and I'm only learning. I love the sport of MMA. I love the whole concept behind it. So just getting better every day. And I promise you, every fight that I'm in there, you're going to see more polished, more patient and composed than his Buzukja.
And you mentioned it a minute ago, but Aljamain's fighting at 300. Huge fight against Conor Matthews' teammate, Calvin Kattar. What does it mean for you, though, that he was here, too, that he would take time out and help you out? What does that say about your team?
Yeah, like I said, man, we're brothers. We're brothers, and I said this win is for them. He fully believed in me, and this was a very last-minute switch-up. You know, this whole change-up happened Monday morning that he wanted to come out. So, you know, we were training together in Vegas. It's like teammate versus teammate type of thing. And I told him, I was like, man, I'm going to spark it off for us. And we were both coming off losses, and this is a premonition of what's to come. Aljo's going to beat Calvin Kattar in 2 weeks, and I'm going out to corner him right after this. So no injuries, thank God. I don't feel anything. Maybe my shin a little bit from kicking him, but I'll fly out ASAP, no Rocky. That's a little New York joke, but I'll fly out ASAP and I'll help him out to finish up camp for his fight. Thanks, brother.
Congrats, bud.
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Good, man. So when we talked earlier in the week, you said last time out you almost manifested that knockout at Madison Square Garden. And this time you were not on the receiving end, you were on the giving end of a knockout. How did you manifest this one?
Like I told you, man, I felt free going in there. You know, I don't know if you saw me, but I was singing to my walkout song. I felt at home. I felt like this place is mine, you know, this cage is mine. Like, I belong here. And I told myself that, and I believed in that. And you know, I tell myself too, like, there's 2 things in this world. It's patience and belief in yourself. And you have those 2 things, as long as you keep going, then really nothing can stop you, you know, only yourself. And if you believe in God as well, that's above anything. So I with all that being said, I manifested the win this side. I learned from my losses, and I came back on the better end.
And then you also said, weight-wise, energy-wise, and it was very apparent. You were buzzing all week. You were doing much better than normal. Was that mental too, or did you do anything different physically to cause that?
Man, this game, people say it's 90% mental. This is a 100% mental game. It's all mental, man. It's all mental. I just went back to remembering when I was in the amateurs and coming up as a pro. Just what got me here was really loving what I do and loving getting better every day and just being happy every day. And it really comes down to that. Like, just going back to what you said, it's all mental. Well, this whole game is mental.
And then the rumor is Newark maybe in June. Is that too soon, or typically UFC comes to MSG around November? Do you want that redemption?
I'm definitely gonna get that one back at MSG. That's a must for a personal thing. Growing up in New York, that's a must. I gotta get a big win at MSG. But if Newark's next, if that's what the UFC wants in June, then I'll fight in June. It's not too soon for me. I love staying active. I'll fight every 3, maximum 4 months. I'm young, I'm healthy. As long as I'm healthy, I'm going to just keep stepping in here and just improving, like I said. So June is a possibility. If not, I'll fight even sooner. Maybe, when's that Saudi Arabia card? June 21st? 22nd? Yeah, that's a possibility too. Ike, what up, bro? I just saw you. That's a possibility too. Whatever the UFC wants, man, I'm ready.
And then last one for me, quick. All week, I've been seeing nothing but Albanian flags on all your posts, and you got a lot of support in the crowd. So what does it mean to represent the country, and how did you feel that support?
Yeah, man. I love the people of Albania so much. Like, I could get dominated for 14 minutes of the fight, and if I land one big punch, they'll support me. Like, yo, you saw that punch he landed? So I love the people of Albania all over the world. We're a small country, but we've made big noise around the world, and the ones that are doing good, and they made me the face of MMA right now. Ilir Latif is the GOAT, the godfather of Albanian MMA, and I'm the next generation. We got Bernardo as well. He's going to be a future champ. I promise you guys that. So I'm just blessed to be representing Albania. It's crazy. Right before I was about to walk out, they came and told me I can't walk out with my flag because it had gold trim on it. And they were like, only the regular, it's just gold trim, bro. I didn't understand, but I couldn't walk out with it. I was like, man, you're going to get me crucified by the Albanian people. I was like, shit.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended, yeah. But I was like, fuck it, man. It is what it is. I got a job to do. And Ray said, he was like, man, just put your hands on this guy and the hands will talk for themselves. So I hope they're okay with it.
Hey, Dennis, right here. Congrats on the amazing finish. As time went on, you started to land your hook a lot. What were you seeing in there from him to be able to land that?
Yeah, actually, we saw that in tape. I never watched tape on my opponents, but this one I was like, Aljo kind of forced me to watch tape, and my coach said, he broke down some tape on him. And I have a good check hook. That's usually my go-to from boxing. So every time he was going southpaw, he would reach with his lead hand, and I just kept, coming over the top with it. And I just knew they're going to add up. And then outside of his peripheral, the ones you don't see coming are the ones that hurt you, and that's what hurt him. So I just kept being patient. I just kept seeing the shot, and I was going to work off of it with the backhand, but, I wasn't getting greedy, and that's something I changed up too, like I said, with not getting emotional.
And you mentioned that you felt free and flowing in there. How on point did you feel? Like, it looked like you were able to time a lot of his attacks.
Yeah, the whole camp we've been working, I've been working with Salman and Aljo. The main thing they said is just trust your eyes, trust my eyes. I have sharp reflexes. And they said, just trust them. So I was just being patient, just seeing what's coming at me first, and then finding my openings and just picking them apart. And I got a little emotional. I let myself get into a little bit of a dogfight, sometimes thinking a little too much. But once I let it go, I saw I was connecting. And then the third round came, and Salman told me, who wants this shit more? Third round comes down to heart. And this was do or die for me. And I said, this 5 minutes, man, that changed my life. And I fucking went out there and I did it.
And lastly, with it being Holy Week and Easter weekend, how much of a boost did that give you? You've mentioned a lot about God in the post-fight so far.
Thank you for that question, man. It's crazy. When I got the fight, I didn't know it was Holy Week and Easter was tomorrow. So when I found out, it just felt like almost like it was meant to be, And I was kind of joking. I was like, Jesus resurrected tomorrow on this day that we celebrate. And this is like a resurrection. This will be like a resurrection in my career. I dropped 2, and I'm coming back out on top. And resurrecting my career. So it just felt kind of poetic with everything. And again, I just felt it from God. You know, I told Jake early in the week, like, something just feels different this fight week. And I just truly believe it was God. And this is what I'm meant to do here.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
A lot of baklava tomorrow.
A lot of baklava, yeah. I'm going to the Bronx tomorrow, man. I told my family, I was like, God willing, I'm okay. I get out of here okay. We're going to the Bronx. We're going to Arthur Ave. And we're hitting all the Albanian spots, you know. So definitely a lot of baklava. My mom makes the best, by the way.
My only fight question is, I was sitting next to a fellow media member. Shout outs to the Oven Pod, Franco. I was saying if this fight stays on the feet, Dennis is going to knock him out, because I know you train with a close friend, Rizadi, I believe, the undefeated Albanian boxer.
Rashad Mati, yep.
Oh, my mistake.
Wow.
Talk to me how much that has helped your boxing transition into the MMA side.
So I actually grew up boxing in Brooklyn, in Flatbush, at Cops and Kids with Rashad. And I initially wanted to be a boxer, but there was just something about mixed martial arts where, you know, you have more weapons. Just the beauty of blending it all together really attracted me. So, you know, we would always joke growing up, and this is over like 12 years, I would say, 13 years. As kids, you know, we would say, like, Rashad will take over boxing and I'll take over the UFC. And now fast forward, you know, we've kept working hard and we always stayed in touch. And I still go cross-train with Rashad in Brooklyn boxing. And it's actually crazy, but Rashad's my brother. He just fought 2 weeks ago at MSG. He shined again. He's 15-0. I was supposed to be there. I actually bought tickets from him, but I ended up staying in Vegas to finish camp. You know, unfortunately, I couldn't be at his fight, but I was there in spirit. And I think he was out here too, actually, for my fight. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
My one question was just to dovetail on what he asked earlier in the fight. It looked like, from what we were sitting cage side, your opponent looked kind of fast, but you were timing him well, and he didn't seem to have much head movement. Is that kind of the same assessment, or?
Yeah, absolutely. We knew he likes the pressure, but when he pressures, he doesn't really control the distance as good, and he's very susceptible to getting hit in between shots. I didn't want to get into a firefight, you know, because he is pretty big, but and of course, one punch can change everything in this game, but I knew that he would overreach and find himself susceptible to getting hit, which is pretty much exactly what happened. Once I got my timing down, it was pretty much all she wrote. Like, once I get my rhythm, it's pretty much I'm game on. Awesome. That's it. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all. Thank you guys.